Hello and welcome to Gaming. Today I'm going to talk to you about an event that involves 3 magical E's. No, not those kind of E's. It's Electronic Entertainment Expo, more commonly known as E3. It's pretty much the Christmas of the gaming calendar year, letting you know what gifts you'll be asking for Christmas for in 3 years' time. I thought since it's all happening very soon, I'd run down my expectations and hopes for this year's conferences. So let's start with EA. Now EA hold their own fringe event called EA Play, but it happens around the same area and the same time, so it counts. The big hitter this year for EA is Battlefield 5, which we've already heard some details on. I never played Battlefield until the last entry, Battlefield 1. Silly numbering aside, I absolutely loved the game, putting some serious time into the operations mode with a squad of friends. So that is where most of my attention will be for this one. Supposedly you can take on missions as a squad in Battlefield 5. Now whether these are the main missions or a separate set of missions similar to how Far Cry 3's multiplayer campaign was, it's something that I'm very keen to know about. I'd love to see some gameplay, especially the new abilities that have been added to the multiplayer, such as the ability to drag a fallen ally to cover before reviving them, and the new fortification system that you can use to secure flag points. Also a last minute entry to this list, I saw something for Skate 4. I hadn't seen it initially when I was researching these things, but Skate was a game that I really enjoyed and I would look forward to seeing it back. The opening act for the main event is Bethesda, and I'm sure plenty of you are interested in the Elder Scrolls series, which we may or may not hear about, and I guess some of you will be looking out for Doom and maybe Wolfenstein as well, which are all games that I like. But for me, all I want to know about is Fallout 76. I never really could get into the Elder Scrolls series because I'm not much of a fantasy fan. No, I'm more of a post-apocalyptic fan. Not literally though, so cool your beans, Donald and Kim. Stop it. There are so many rumours about this new Fallout game. Is it a full-on single-player campaign? Is it a multiplayer? There's even rumours of it being a survival-style game similar to Rust. That could be an interesting spin on the series, but the survival genre sort of had its boom a few years ago now. I would much prefer just a standard single-player campaign. Now Square Enix hold their conference just a little bit later after Bethesda. The only thing on their slate that I'm sort of vaguely interested in is this Untitled Avengers project. Given the success of the recent film, it would be a huge benefit to announce more about this game now, and hopefully launch the game around next year when the new Avengers film is due to drop. We will see. They've also just announced plans for Hitman 2, follow-up to the reboot that they've just done, so that'll be interesting to see more about that game. It's a series that I love. After Square Enix, we see Ubisoft take to the stage, and I believe they've had some very eventful conferences in the past. They've already let us know that Assassin's Creed has a new entry, and I know we all got a little bit burnt out with the franchise, but Origins did revitalise it for me. I really enjoyed that game, and if they make Odyssey anything similar, then I'm on board. I love how they went all in with the Sparta reference in their teaser as well. Speaking of stealth action games from Ubisoft, are we getting a new Splinter Cell? Hints were made in the DLC of Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Linda, how you doing? You're looking good, real good.
It's Karen today. You look like you've clocked some miles since we last spoke.
Yeah, a few. I've heard they don't make them like me anymore. There was this other guy, though. Army infiltration. He wore a bandana or something.
I heard he finally retired.
Really?
Yep.
It's only me.
Oh, how it's lovely to hear that voice again. This would be one of the biggest announcements of the week for me if it happens. Okay, then comes the big one for me, Sony. If you hadn't already noticed, I've already skipped Xbox as I don't own any of their consoles. That's right, I'm a PlayStation guy. Come at me, Xbox fanboys. There's so much to watch out for during Sony's conference. It's a shame that it's on at 2 in the pissing morning here in the UK. Death Stranding is confirmed, but are we getting another cinematic trailer, or are we finally going to see some gameplay? I feel the time is right for us to see how the game is actually going to play, and maybe some more context to what the fuck is going on in this strange game. Metal Gear Solid was my favourite game series ever, even if Metal Gear Solid 5 story did feel like a huge letdown. I'm just supremely interested in what Kojima has come up with next. Something I didn't know about is Ghosts of Tsushima, made by Sucker Punch. I loved their Infamous series, and now they're making a samurai game. Count me in. Last of Us 2 is also confirmed, and I'm sure everybody will be waiting on that one. A game we need to see some gameplay now, after a few trailers having now been released. I can't wait to get this game, and I really want to know when it's coming and a little bit more about the story. I'm also interested in Spider-Man, but I feel there's a slight waste of a spot since the game comes out very soon and we've seen a lot of it already. Red Dead Redemption 2 could make an appearance, but I'm only really interested in seeing some gameplay with that one too. There's also Days Gone. I know the zombie genre got old about a decade ago now, but this one does look pretty cool. I have seen that they've announced that that will drop in February 2019. Final show is from Nintendo. Now, I don't have a Switch, but I do plan on getting one. My main focus for their show will be the Pokemon franchise. A bunch of new games have just been announced over the next few years, and I'm not totally sure what they are. Are they remasters of old Game Boy games, or a mix of classic Pokemon with Pokemon Go? It looks like it's a remaster of Pokemon Yellow with Pokemon Go elements. That's the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Supposedly there is more games on the way as well, so yeah, that's going to be interesting. Lastly, I'm interested in seeing generally what VR has to offer this year. I've been interested in picking up a VR headset, but felt the software wasn't quite there to justify the high price. If a good amount of VR games are announced and they look halfway decent, I could be very tempted to finally purchase one. So that's my E3 preview. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you're looking forward to seeing at this year's show, and let me know if I've missed anything that you think I should check out. Until then, make sure to subscribe, and then I can talk to you all again in the next video.